Namaskar, once again with you, your host, Tree of Life Climate Solutions. Sorry for the long delay in making this next video possible. I was also doing something and we are all facing a lot of crisis regarding our climate projects and all. So I would appreciate if you viewers can also join our community and contribute in whatever way you guys can to help us do a lot of work for the climate cause. So, going back to the topic, I would once again like to raise the seriousness of climate change. It's been on the 2024 has arrived, and uh, sadly, the first video that we are able to make in 2024. It's been a long gap, but as you know, that the recent trend of events has already turned against us. There has been a cyclone circulation going around West Bengal was running. US is recording around high level of heat waves right now. India recorded heat waves during the elections. Even European nations recorded heat waves. So that was a phase of so for those who don't know, last couple of years, or last 1.5 years were a phase of El Nino that was also described as Super El Nino. Super El Nino is a time when there is supposed to be more droughts, and El Nino is what brings more droughts. La Nina in the time of climate change is supposed to bring more floods and rainfall related events. So we have moved out of the El Nino phase and now we are entering the La Nina phase. So the thing about some people might argue that okay, it's a natural phenomena and it's regularly happens. But the thing is, everything becomes more exaggerated with climate change. Like if you have El Nino, it's super El Nino, it's super dry, super hot, extreme heat waves. So that's what we had witnessed in Delhi, in other places. Delhi recorded 50 degrees Celsius last month, and a lot of India was suffering from heat waves. Even the elections were very heat wave. A lot of cities are still suffering from heat wave, and you can see that even the US is having a heat wave right now. Like it's 40, 45 degrees certain places in the US. So yeah, and now as we slowly ease out of the El Nino phase and the La Nina is coming in, La Nina brings a lot of more cooler weather systems, but the thing is like it becomes like super monsoon kind of. So there is like super rainfall. So we witnessed a cyclone that rose up from the Bay of Bengal, and it created a havoc in all the northeastern states, especially Assam, Sikkim, then it also affected Bhutan, and then that we saw its impact in Manipur. It might have affected Bangladesh. Yeah, it started with Bangladesh. Yeah, Manipur and these kind of areas were also heavily affected and inundated with a lot of water. Even a lot of pocket rains are also we are witnessing. So pocket rains is like there is like a downpour of rainfall. Even if we meteorological department will say, okay, we will see a normal and a good rainfall. That means they're recording rainfall of certain millimeters. But the thing is, even Ernakulam had Kochi in Kerala had a rainfall that was like a mini cloudburst. It was almost like 100 mm, almost. Fell short by a little bit, but it was classified like a mini cloudburst. So that's how the rainfall is. Like it's not good for agriculture. It's not good for the same thing that happened with Hoover Dam as well. Like one time in America when the Hoover Dam was completely dry, they were hoping for the rains, and when the rains came and filled the dam so much that they were not able to. Many places were not able to store. Even the land is not able to store the water in such accelerated momentum. Like the land cannot store so much water. I mean, there is a limit by which you pour water As I've explained before, if you put sponge, you pour water in the sponge, then the sponge has a limit of absorbing water. You put too much water, the water is just gonna, fill the sponge and let go away. Slowly, slowly, then the sponge will you know, it will accumulate inside the soil, inside the earth, like the similar uh, cases is there. So, yeah. So the point is, once again, we are going we are facing floods again in Germany, southern part of Germany. These are not actually floods. These are actually dam incidents that happen. Like Libya, it happened like two dams burst and almost 20,000 people died. And there was another incident in Papua New Guinea where almost 2,000 people died from a landslide. So the thing is, when there is too much of rainfall, the land becomes weak and it cannot store the rainfall. And like even if you put too much rain, also the land becomes weak and then the soil becomes too crumble. You might feel that it's a very stable system, but every place on Mother Earth is designed to withstand a certain amount of rainfall, a certain amount of drought, a certain amount of every event, ice, snow, heat wave, or whatever you're facing. So the thing is, when it exceeds that particular capacity, then it's gonna create imbalance. That's what we are witnessing everywhere. So, Papua New Guinea also like to for past couple of months and I was witnessing a lot of rainfalls, I'm guessing, and that's what led to the stability of the soil over there. So it's very important. And other things, we were also facing forest fires in India and Nepal. Nepal, even the AQI index was suffering a lot. AQI index is where you have a lot of difficulty in breathing. So there are a lot of new medical cases also coming up related to the air quality, the water quality, everything gets affected. So there's also a time when you can, check systems where you're living because this is not a normal era we are living in. It's a transitional phase where we are going from point A to point B in 1 year. Second year, we're going from point B to point C. So it's also an accelerated phase. Like we are just traveling. Every year we'll have a new data. So then we need to be more careful with the next year, especially when we are not successful till now. The world nations are not successful until now to combat climate change. Now, those some people are trying, but the thing is, with the war incidents happening, and also war is also putting a lot of pressure on the climate. Like there's so many bombs being thrown at each other, and then these bombs create a lot of pollution. There's a lot of things that are coming out other than carbon dioxide also. So even our absorption capacity is also exceeded in that. Other thing that is troubling me is like even the methane burst is reportedly very high in places like Alaska. There are new studies coming up. You can check the papers and versus sinkholes, methane sinkholes. Or we could even explain about the phenomena of sinkholes happenings under the Pacific Ocean, Indian Ocean, and other ocean systems. Those kind of sinkholes we cannot even locate properly. That is exponentially increasing the median and methane is like, as I told earlier also, it's like 84 times more powerful than carbon dioxide. And more if there is proper techniques for methane absorption, these can help us with carbon dioxide. So once again, the point of this whole thing is not to scare anyone, not to hurt anyone, not to create anyone. If you're a kid, then do not be depressed. Like it's better to meditate. It's better to do things that keep your mind active. Planting trees can give you good relief. But the thing is, we are approaching a lot of systematic changes for which we need to be ready with, and we also need to fight along. So, Tree of Life, we believe in climate mitigation and adaptation. So, mitigation Point one is like if you are in a place that faces floods, then you need to be ready with systems that have capability or you need to know track the weather regularly, can even bomb the farmers near their areas. So yeah, I was in Nepal recently and there was what the air quality was very poor. And suddenly there was rainfall and the rainfall cleared the air quality a little bit in certain areas. But the thing is that it even created hailstorms. So it destroyed the entire agriculture in those areas. So the point we need to address even as a country, and even I would like to specifically include the Southeast Asian countries that are suffering to similar problems like yeah, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, and use it like all the Southeast of Asia, even Pakistan and so we are in the geographically the same field. I could also consider it to better than yeah. So thing is agriculture is severely affected. The farmers in all these places on all our places of the planet are getting a lot of strike right now. So they are getting hit severely. So there's a lot of farmer distress that needs to be addressed. A lot of things cannot be addressed because rainfall, farmers live on a certain amount of rainfall. Okay, they will get this much amount of rainfall, they will plant these seeds and they need normal, small rainfalls. The other day I was traveling to Delhi and it recorded a very heavy rainfall with just 10 minutes and it was over. Weather department would say that, okay, we received good rainfall. But did we really receive a healthy rainfall? Because for this rainfall to really count, it has to sink inside Mother Earth, not just flow away to some other place or drain into the ocean. So that the water does not actually accumulate like fast. And ultimately, you are designed some systems that can store it. So, so these are bad for even dams and the old dams that we have in India, whichever dams we have. Kerala, there are several dams that still need attention. We have sent a video for Mulla so please share that video. Mulla so that video we have come up with the alternative solution for Mulla for both Tamil Nadu and for Kerala to come to the world. We have an alternative solution to provide Tamil Nadu with water and power. But politics is all it's about. So please put raise this issue wherever you are. So there's a solution to whichever states there's no objection, so they both can be successfully happy with the solution. So similarly, there are a lot of other dams also. There are dams in Tamil Nadu, there are dams in Kerala. Big dams in the whole chain of dams that need to strengthen. We recently saw an event of Sikkim Dam was and a lot of people getting wrong with that. Because recently southern Germany is right now facing the same thing right now. Southern Germany, there's been a dam breach incident, and Germany is a developed country. It has a lot of sophisticated systems to deal with this kind of thing. But still, there is like a huge problem right now in southern Germany. Even the US is tackling the heat waves with some very high level systems. Thing we have to note is like I was listening to some videos that even consumption has to be reduced. The thing is, the problem is inside us. We're consuming and consuming and consuming. Try to reuse everything that you're using. Be it clothes, be it fabric, be it computer, laptops, while unless and until absolutely necessary. And please join the climate fight. Ask your friends to come and join the climate fight. It needs your support. Like these are the last couple of years or 2, 3 years where our fight can actually make a difference. So if you plant enough seaweeds, if you plant enough, if you do enough spirulina farming, all these projects are highly monetizable. This can give a huge income to you, your family. So in case you are searching for jobs and other things, if you are ready to invest a little bit of amount, you can contact us. So we are also looking for active partners who can do all this kind of work. Yes. So yeah, you can join our organization is also good. Like we are looking for entrepreneurial partners, and also we want to build a network where a lot of people can join, but unfortunately it's not happening. So please understand that we have been saying in this for the past 3 years now, straight. Even by the time when Facebook, Twitter, Google, everything was trying to block these things from coming. Even we put one post, it's been taken down by Facebook or some anything like so. It's like climate change is like a restricted topic, but now as yes, everywhere is climate change, climate change. Yeah, it's bound to happen. As we were saying, like, guys is going away. So just as Paul Cook was saying, so you can check out our earlier videos for the details if you want. So, so we have reached that point. I mean, but we still have hope. If we have crossed 1.5 degree also, we have not reached 2 degree yet. See, 1.5 degrees is so problematic. You can imagine what 2 degrees will do. So limiting pollution is one thing, but we need to become active. So then one thing is like we need to help the farmer friends also, whatever whoever is suffering right now with floods, with droughts, farmer crop yield problems, pesticides. We need to be understanding of what they are facing. If we are in a well-off situation and if we know any farmer friends, we should like introduce these kind of cultivations to them as well. So really now can give huge amount, so huge things like even if there is not proper food generation, also people can survive by eating this algae and also we are slowly reaching the phase where all these emergency solutions will be needed. For agriculture is not sustainable. It needs the whole cycle to work in a complete balance so that we can get the fruits and vegetables on our table. There's lots of people who work in know, sophisticated fields. So why not design systems that can help this kind of farmers to get better product? Even we have a system. So, but the thing is, if anybody is interested to expo, please let us know. Like, so we can help farmers and other people get better profits, and we should also usher them to get into the school in the agriculture. Alternative means of getting their livelihoods. Because you cannot rely on the same and people who have contributed. The irony is that people who have contributed the least, be it Africa. Now Africa is done with completely. It's a very sad scenario. There's a lot of migrational crisis, and the point is the level of I don't care attitude that Western nations and the people, so even the media, shown towards Africa and other underdeveloped countries is not good because they have a continuous denial mode. So that's not good. You need to change this kind of attitude. So this kind of attitudes can also only change when there is an internal change. You fight against what's inside yourself. What is the characteristic? You need to be more compassionate towards beings that are around you. You have to be more passionate about how you are treating other people, how you're treating other species, how you're treating other animal beings, water bodies. Thing. So yeah, so we would also like to stretch climate mitigation activities are very important right now. Yeah, farmers need to be helped a lot. They need a lot of support. So wherever you are, in India is suffering a lot. Indian farmers are suffering a lot. Point is even in Kodaikanal when I was there, I mean, we people who are ready to join us in Kodai also please let me know because I'm trying to start something in Kodai and Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Kodaikanal, Kerala. So yeah, so the thing is, What everybody feels is why should we join climate change? Because you're thinking as if it's way far off in the future, like it's 5, 10 years, 15 years, 30 years, 50 years. But it's not like that. It's right now. We are seeing this forest fires, the speed waves, the droughts everywhere right now. We need to take action right now. We need to, and a few EV vehicles and a few modifications to things. A few solar panels is not going to save the day. This, yeah, it can be if you have like 15 years on your 50 years on your date, but we actually don't have 50 years. We already set to lose 35 in a couple of years. So we need to remove this carbon by all these mechanisms like seaweeds, sprulinas, and very less consumption. Yeah, like recycling, consciousness of recycling should develop. And so yeah, so this is the whole summary of the things I wanted to share with you guys today. So I'm still desperately looking for team members. I'm desperately looking for people who can support us externally. Internally. So like would be a great help if you can join. So this and now many people are even knowing it about it. If you are knowing about it, like children are getting fainting, fainted inside the classrooms. Tell people cannot move outside. Migrant laborers are having problem. So the day that agriculture is already made like yeah, I was saying like today is already avocado production was one farmer told me that there was only 30% production in one area. So like then there's like continuous drought problem. Yeah, so when it rains very heavily also. Right now it's raining very heavily in places. So yeah, it's dams. India has lots and lots of dams. We dam is not a system where you can actually, contain it for entire lifetime. Yeah. It's also machine. Needs some rest also. So, okay, all the best, guys. So, once again, we need your support. Climate action needs your support, whatever you do. And small things like veganism and all, I mean, it's good for a economic level. But if you really want to act into climate change, we need to join hands with people who trying to extract this carbon out and a lot of awareness is needed. There is a lot of income also. See, the CV from a lot of companies that had come from the world. They were very high profile companies. So we can also become like that. Like a lot of companies can be generated. So don't think that there is no future in climate change. Climate change is excellent earning opportunity. But you have to keep the target also in mind. Like we have only 2, 3 years. So awareness is extremely important. Fast speed is super fast speed is extremely important right now. Save our beloved Mother Earth future or if we want to limit it for zero point 0.5 is cross. So even if you want to limit it 1.7 or 1.8 or 2 degrees Celsius, we need to act right now. So whatever if you're feeling it, so after 5 years it will be like exponentially increasing. Like people sea level rise is the last thing that we should be bothered about. All these changes are also assuring a lot of viruses and a lot of medical health problems around us because viruses, the bacteria, and other creatures, they tend to accelerate their growth in changing environment. We do not if this normal environment, they like system will maybe subside down sometimes, but this is like Corona is saying that it's still making it worse. So this thing that different weather systems are showing. So all the best. Let's hope and please join Tree of Life Climate Solutions if you want to support us. By sponsoring some events or becoming a seaweed or spirulina partner. Along with those, if you have a rooftop, you can contribute to our rooftop. If you can make some investment in that, that's also very helpful. So we can long term return of investment around 6 to 8 months is also there. So very good industry. We can even provide for the health of the poor children that we are seeing around. So Namaste. See you next episode. Eva Green Revolution. Okay. Climate flight is reaching the very end right now. We need to contribute as much as we can, as fast as we can. Do not just listen and let go. But it's also important to maintain the mental health. Do meditations. After all, we are all just Atma. We are just traveling. So whatever we are facing or suffering is part of the karmic balance that we have to pay out. So, anyways, maintain your cool and just keep working. You have to work as much as we can. Uh, Assure that the future generation have a good future. If you have children, you must take action right now. There is no tomorrow. There is no day after tomorrow. Action is required right now. So, all the best. See you tomorrow.